Okay, we're down to our last three groups. Group 2 is up next, followed by Group 8, and last but not least, Group 4. Were you 4? Yeah. Been waiting patiently.
Oh yeah, we're in a cleanup spot.
So that's 2, 8, 4.
Good afternoon. We're group number 2, doing design guidelines, and I want to start off by expressing the importance of this element within the city. One of our forefathers, Thomas Jefferson, once said that architecture and politics are indivisible. And Winston Churchill also said that we are guided by our designs. We design for our future, and then our designs guide us. So this is an important element, I think, to us all. To begin with, whenever we create a design for the city, I think it's important to understand that we have to have a philosophy before we ever sit down and decide how tall our curbs are or how big our sidewalks are, that we have a philosophy behind what we're trying to achieve. Some of the things that we want to achieve that our group came to a unanimous conclusion really was that we want to design for rural architecture, which means that we want to keep the character of the community and create an identity that we've already had, but continue that identity. We want to design with the topography and the nature that we have here in Wildomar. It's very important to not be tearing down our mountains to put in our valleys. Filling our valleys because we have a high water table, or doing other inconsistent things with the city itself. Sustainability. Now, a lot of people think that sustainability means building green. It's the new movement. It's the way to go. Sustainability has to do with historical character, cultural character, social character. All these things need to interconnect, and that's what makes the city sustainable. The city won't last unless we connect all those elements together. First of all, we need to design a master plan for the city as a whole, its interconnections with other cities around it. Then we need to have a roadmap of how to achieve this master plan. Within this roadmap, we design what we call specific plans. Now, a specific plan is where you might live, or you might live, or you might live, or his business or her business is there. It's a design that's developed for a particular area. Just like we have areas for people to vote on people that represent that area, the area in which new development takes place should have, in a vision, a specific plan, a vision for the future of that area. Within the specific plan, there are certain guidelines. This is where we're talking about different specifics for commercial endeavors, industrial endeavors, institutional, like schools, hospitals. Each one of those items, just like the areas, have a specific and an initial plan, an initial goal for whatever's being built and for wherever it's being built. The next thing is flexibility. After these guidelines and design guidelines are developed, there needs to be some flexibility. Now, what I mean by that is a particular person comes in for a development review, or someone's building a house. Those guidelines are not written in stone. We wrote those development guidelines, and they should be governed not by what's written on the paper, but what's in here. What our philosophy was when those items were written is what our guidelines should be. So first we have to look at the philosophy. What is the advantage for the city and the other people around them? We don't need to change the code, but we want to might alter what's being done based on need for community and need for other people. Diversity. The community should not look like cookie cutter. No one wants to live where everybody else is the same. Each one of us here today are all different individuals. And our residences, our businesses, the things that we're involved in can be different and still be acceptable. Creating people places. Okay, this goes down to the smallest tract of homes. No tract of homes should be built in the community without having perhaps a node on the corner that people can walk and maybe sit down on a park bench, or go to the coffee shop without having a tree to sit under for shade. What we're talking about is creating people places. Is when these developments come through, make the suggestion to them, how does this benefit our people that live here? What are you doing to help our community? Should we allow you to be here based on your need for economic advance or our need for taxes? Or should we build this in accordance with what the community needs, a walkable space? Minimum lot size, certainly something that needs to be looked at. Many of us moved to the area right here because of the equestrian use. There should also be limits in specific areas for lot size. And I'm getting the red sign. Muted colors. Lead incentives. I'm going to say one more thing about lead incentives. Very important because it's leadership in energy efficient design, and it's something that we all need, and the city should really look into providing incentives for this. Incorporate and revise the general plan based on everything that we've put into that. And that's all we have, and I appreciate it.